Imagine tearing down a cathedral while people are still praying inside. That's what it feels like when you mess with Camp Nou. It's not just a stadium, it's a monument, a home for legends, a sanctuary for millions. And now it's undergoing the most ambitious transformation in its history, a total reconstruction worth 1.6 billion euros. Let that sink in, 1.6 billion, not million, billion. This is not a renovation. This is a reimagining. A football temple built for the 21st century while trying not to lose what made it holy in the first place. FC Barcelona has always said they're more than a club, but now they're proving it by building more than a stadium. This is the story of how a legendary ground is being reborn, of steel and passion, of politics and pressure, of futuristic design fused with decades of tradition. Let's go inside the new Camp Nou, a stadium project that's rewriting the future of football. Chapter 1. Why Camp Nou had to change. Let's start with the obvious. Camp Nou was huge, the biggest stadium in Europe, holding over 99,000 fans. And yet, it had begun to feel tired. Beneath the size and the history, the cracks were showing. Literally. The facilities were outdated. The concrete was aging. The fan experience was falling behind. In an era of retractable roofs, panoramic screens, and five-star lounges, Camp Nou still had narrow concourses, uncomfortable seats, and limited coverage from the elements. For years, Barcelona talked about upgrades. Plans were drawn, shelved, redrawn, scrapped, political delays, financial uncertainty, a club weighed down by its own ambition. And then came the realization: patching things up wouldn't be enough. The stadium needed more than a facelift. It needed a total transformation. Chapter 2. Enter FC Barca. The solution came in the form of a grand project, not just to rebuild the stadium, but to reshape the entire club infrastructure. FC Barca. This wasn't just a stadium rebuild. It was a complete overhaul of FC Barcelona's facilities, including the new Palau Blaugrana for basketball, improved training grounds, commercial zones, and a reimagined open-air complex for fans. But the centerpiece, without question, was the new Camp Nou. With a final estimated cost of 1.6 billion euros, the new stadium would become one of the most expensive football constructions in history. Financed through a combination of loans, investment deals, and future commercial revenue, it represented both a financial gamble and a statement of intent. For a club in deep debt, it raised eyebrows, but Barcelona believed the only way out of the crisis was forward. Bigger, bolder, better. Chapter 3. Building the future. Here's the thing. You don't just knock down Camp Nou and expect people to smile. The new design had to respect the past. Every curved stand, every echoing cheer, every goal celebrated under the Mediterranean sky. All of it had to be honored. But it also had to be rethought for modern football. The redesigned stadium, led by architectural firms like Nikinseki and Idom, will retain the iconic bowl shape, but that's about where the similarities end. The new capacity? Over 105,000. That's right, even bigger. Still the largest stadium in Europe. But now with all seats covered by a massive new roof structure, this isn't just a cover slapped on top, it's a circular, lightweight, steel-supported roof lined with solar panels, designed not only to shield fans from sun and rain, but to generate renewable energy. Sustainability is a core part of the new Camp Nou. The goal is to be carbon neutral, energy self-sufficient, and fully accessible. Inside, everything is changing. The seats are being replaced, the concourses are being expanded. There will be more space for movement, better visibility from every angle, and a state-of-the-art audiovisual experience with a 160-meter wraparound screen inside the stadium bowl. It's Camp Nou, but it turned up to 11. Chapter 4. The displacement year. Of course, you can't rebuild a monster like Camp Nou without shutting it down. In the summer of 2023, Barcelona officially left their home. For the first time in over 65 years, the men's first team no longer played their home matches at Camp Nou. Instead, they moved temporarily to the Estadi Olympic Luis Companys on Montjuic Hill. It was a massive shift, a smaller stadium, a different vibe. Some fans embraced the novelty, others felt the absence like a punch to the gut. The echoes weren't the same, the rituals were broken. but it was a necessary sacrifice, a season or two away from home, to secure decades of dominance. The club was transparent about the timeline. The new stadium's construction would continue through 2024 and 2025, with a return planned for the 2025-2026 season, at least for a partially completed stadium. It's a race against the clock, with millions watching and hundreds of millions riding on the schedule. Chapter 5. The Financial Gamble. Now let's talk money. 1.6 billion euros. That's more than double the cost of Tottenham's new stadium. It's nearly triple what it cost to build the Allianz Arena, and Barcelona is funding it all while still recovering from one of the worst financial crises in the club's history. So how are they doing it? The financing comes mainly from a loan secured with help from Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. The loan will be paid back over 25 years, with the club projecting enough new revenue from hospitality, naming rights, and commercial activities to cover the cost. The revamped stadium is designed to generate at least 200 million euros annually through VIP boxes, premium seating, fan experiences, and new retail spaces. That's the idea. Turn the stadium into a money machine. Make it more than just a matchday venue. Turn it into a year-round business hub. But it's a risk. Football success, fan spending, and brand strength will all need to stay high to make the model work. If they don't, the financial weight could become a burden that shapes the next decade. Still, Barcelona believes, the leadership believes, the fans, cautiously, are beginning to believe too. Chapter 6. A Stadium for the Fans. This is where the emotion kicks in. Because for all the talk of financing, technology, and architecture, the stadium isn't being built for sponsors. It's being built for fans. And Barcelona fans are some of the most passionate, devoted, and demanding in the world. They don't want a corporate arena, they want a home, a place where memories are made, where they watched Messi's genius, Rivaldo's bicycle kick, Ronaldinho's smile. A place where you arrive as a child holding your grandfather's hand, and return years later holding your own child's. The new Camp Nou is trying to preserve that emotional thread. There will be a museum integrated into the stadium design, linking the past to the present. Fan zones are being expanded to allow for gathering before and after games. The open-air feel of the old stadium, which so many people cherished, is being mimicked through design elements in the new one. And importantly, affordability is part of the plan. Barcelona has promised to maintain ticket prices for season holders during the construction and beyond. Accessibility, both physical and financial, is being emphasized in the design. The new Camp Nou is not just a business project. It's a love letter written in glass, steel, and solar panels. Chapter 7. The Meaning for the Football World. Let's zoom out. What Barcelona is doing with Camp Nou is bigger than just one club. It's a signal that stadiums can evolve without losing their soul. That modern football doesn't have to be about erasing the past, but expanding on it. That tradition and technology can live side by side. This project will influence how other big clubs approach stadium redevelopment. It's setting a new standard for scale, sustainability, and fan engagement. And when it's done, when 105,000 fans return to their spiritual home, when the lights are back on, when the first goal is scored, it won't just be a new beginning for Camp Nou. It will be a reminder that even football's greatest icons can be reborn.